took my sister's kids and refused to give them back. Story: I-8F obtained custody of my sister's 35F kids, 9F, back in 2018 after she left them alone for 2 weeks to go on a trip, read drug bender. Of course, this was a huge transition for the kiddos. They had to be moved to schools and daycares and of course couldn't see their mom anymore. Now the kids are doing better and definitely lead happier lives. Recently, though, my sister was released from prison and wants to see the kids again. She called me, begging to have a visit with them and telling me that I could give them back because she was out of prison now. I've had a talk with the 9-year-old, and he says that he doesn't want to see his mom yet and that he still hates her for leaving him alone. The girls have no memories of her, and the smallest one was only 3 months old the last time she saw her. I do feel like I could have helped them foster a better relationship with her, but I don't want to force the oldest into meeting her when he absolutely doesn't want to. Still, my close family has told me that the oldest doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's my fault the little ones don't remember their mother because I didn't take them to see her when she was in prison. They also told me that it's my responsibility to force them to meet her, even when they don't want to, because that's what's best for them and they shouldn't grow up without their mother. So, am I the a-hole? Edit. I have spoken to a professional about this, specifically the oldest therapist. They have advised that it should be up to him. I just want to know if I'm being a jerk to my sister. Also, I have adopted the kids and have full custody of them. Response 1. They also told me that it's my responsibility to force them to meet her, even when they don't want to, because that's what's best for them. This sort of thinking is beyond delusional in every sense of the term. Not the a-hole. Response 2. NTA. You're an absolutely wonderful human being for accepting these kids into your home, and your family obviously have the wrong priorities here. Response 3. NTA. She was a lousy mother for choosing drugs over her kids. They were put in your custody for a reason. Plus, little kids are honest. If a 9-year-old says they resent their mother for a legit reason, respect it. Get them therapy because of their situation, and tell everyone that you are the legal guardian. The only way anyone can force the kids to interact with your sister is through a court order. Response 4. NTA. What is up with all these ignorant families trying to make it out like they are a good family, even if it harms someone? It's not family comes first. It's more how the family looks first. Response 5. It's definitely your job to protect those kids by any means necessary, not to protect your sister's feelings for being, but hurt because she realized she messed up. She doesn't realize the damage she caused those children. Your mother is only trying to protect the image of your family to other people. Please, please, don't listen to them. If you do, you might lose the trust of those beautiful kiddos forever. Response 6. NTA, your sister's poor choices are her responsibility. Now you need to do what's best for the kids and definitely do not force them to meet a drug addict that happens to be related to them. Response 7. NTA. Seems to me that if she wants to force things that bad, she can ask the court. You're doing right by the children, and they're the ones who matter. Good on you for all that you're doing. Abs continue to do for them. Response 8. NTA. You are the children's legal parent. Your son/nephew has expressed his wish not to see his biological mother. You are the one who has a responsibility to protect the children. It sounds like you're doing a good job. People pressuring you to hurt your children don't see the long-term damage already done. Good luck. Response 9. NTA. You are listening to your son and keeping him from a toxic individual. Maybe it's different in the States. I'm male, assuming that's where you are. But in Canada, you get more on welfare if you have kids. So if that's the case in the States, it might be about money more than the kids. Response 10. NTA. Your sister is almost certainly not in a place to be around kids right now, let alone in a place to take them back. The fact that she even suggested that makes it clear to me that she should not be around them. And your nephew wants you to look after him and his siblings. If he doesn't want to see her, don't make them see her. You shouldn't be another adult in his life who lets him down. Response 11. NTA. Keep them safe, keep their trust, Tell your family to grow up and consider getting a restraining order to keep your sister away from your kids. Do not leave them with any of your family who may let your sister in to see them. Be insanely protective of them from her, because they need that more than anything, to know without a doubt that you care and will protect them. Response 12, NTA. You are their mother now, and you're doing what all good moms should do by protecting your children from a dangerous person who has harmed them before. My son was adopted because his bio mom was a similar type of person. I know in our case, Child Services told us that his bio mom was not allowed to have contact with him at all. You may want to contact them and see what they have to say about this. If there's not an order in place keeping her away from those kids, they may be willing to get one enacted for you. Response 13. NTA, you're not stopping them. They don't want to see her. Forcing a kid to see someone they hate will only cause a bigger rift between everyone. Response 14. You are their mother now, as you have adopted them. They are your responsibility, and you are doing the right thing by listening to them and the professionals regarding what to do. But it sounds like neither your sister nor the rest of your family understand the situation. It sounds like all of them also require some professional advice. Between them, they could cause a lot of stress for you and the kids, and that's a huge understatement. She could literally ruin their little lives. And if your family don't support you and help protect the children, they could also cause untold damage. I think you need to point them to the relevant official guidance and tell them to back off. I know different countries run social services differently, and I don't know where in the world you are. But I'd expect both you and your sister to have social workers who ought to be supporting and advising both of you and the wider family during this sensitive time when she's just got out of jail. Lean on all the resources and guidance available to you, but don't overlook the importance of also educating the rest of the family, unless you're prepared to cut contact with them all. Much love to you and the children. You are heroes. Stay strong. Your sister has a huge amount of work to do to prove she's clean and has the kids' best interests at heart before I imagine any professional would condone any contact at all. And as you've adopted them, she needs to understand she is never getting them back. You are their mother now. Response 15, NTA. OP, you're an amazing guardian. It must have been difficult having to suddenly become essentially a parent to your sister's children, but I think it's important that they decide how to approach their mother. Just think of it this way. A part of cultivating a healthy relationship is respecting the boundaries and limits of other person. If your sister forces herself onto her son when he doesn't want her to be there, she might just end up driving him even further away. Response 16, NTA. There are a lot of problems with the way the penal system handles, or doesn't handle, relationships between parents and kids. But those problems aren't yours. If the oldest doesn't want to see his mother, no one has any business forcing the issue. If your close family wants to make themselves useful, they can help your sister get settled and stay sober. What you do with the kids and what the kids want is none of their business. Response 17. You are clearly not the a-hole, but at the same time, 9-year-olds don't really know what's best for their life. From how it sounds, the biological mom just kind of wants to see her children. It's obvious she's been a terrible parent to this point, but I still think she deserves to at least see her kids. Maybe she's changed enough to at least not make a fool out of herself. The meetup should absolutely be supervised. I just feel like she should at least be able to try to start to rebuild some sort or relationship with her children, as long as the kids aren't being put in danger. No matter what happens in the kid's life, that's still their mother. I say give her a chance to rebuild her relationship, if that's she truly wants. NTA first, you've adopted them. They're yours now. It's your responsibility to keep them safe and happy. Second, I'd just like to tell you what I told my own parents and my ex-kid's bio-dad. They had their chance to be parents and effed up. Now it's the kid's decision. No, I don't think they're old enough to form anything concrete on the matter, but ignoring their wishes completely is only going to make them feel alone, like you're not in control, or at least not on their side. I do think, at least with my kids, letting them have unbiased truths is the best route. Response 9. So not the a-hole. Anyone who questions any of your choices is an a-hole. You are doing the work. What an amazing thing you have done for these children. You are now their parent. Your sister made her choices, and you have picked up the pieces. I can't believe anyone would question your decisions. Response TA. And it sounds like you know down to your bones that you are doing what's best for them. The oldest is old enough to make that choice. It sounds like that may be the day he grew up much faster. One thing though, if she is this persistent about seeing them, don't be surprised if she petitions for custody back.